So Forest are comfortably, I use the word loosely, through to the to the knockout stages of the Europa League, and another rematch against Midtjylland, who beat us. Was it 3-2? We played them
3-1, wasn't it?
3-1, yeah, 3-1. I'm sure it was.
Was it?
The only game I went to, well, only half of a game I went to this season. So I should remember.
We owed them
I
one.
went a whole lot.
We owe them one. So welcome to Grumpy Old Reds. No Ben tonight. Rob will be with us shortly. And make sure you've liked, make sure you subscribed, and make sure you're checking out the sponsors OK jerseys. It was 3-2. I thought it was.
Well, I didn't stick around.
The second half, you wouldn't have seen it, yeah. Use code FFTV. Get 8% off. Get 8% off, and let's jump into it. So, the B squad. Oh, that was poor Reds, man. That first half, especially.
It was awful and not unexpected. So frustrated. I think I was one of the first to call out our summer signings, and I kind of like caved in because I accepted the excuse of the managerial changes, and anyone who's had 20 games under Sean Dyche, mate, you're going to lose all your love for football, of a beautiful game. So I can understand how it would have affected some of the squad players, but time and time again, these players have been given the opportunity under various managers, and every single time, I'm sorry, they've flattered to deceive, and have failed to deliver. And we could have been out of the game yesterday. Everybody, I'm sure, watching as soon, especially even when it went to 1-0, started getting flashbacks of previous games, previous encounters where we've given up seemingly impossible leads. So it's just a relief, really, to get through it. I did expect it would have been harder under any other manager, but we got through it, and I'm going to push a narrative that we still got the new manager bounce, because obviously we won the first game. What happened towards the end of that Liverpool match, it doesn't count as far as I'm concerned, and it shouldn't, in terms of the mentality of a player, shouldn't count. And yesterday, by hook or by crook, despite losing the game, we got through the tie. And as you mentioned, we're going to face Midtjylland next round. I'm kind of relieved that we got through, but I'm more concerned about the game on the weekend now. That's much more important, and we need to really focus on that. And he's rested players clearly in the hope that he's got a stronger starting 11 on Sunday. Let's see how that plays out. It didn't always work out well for the previous managers, and the same criticism has to be pushed towards this one. But he's kind of like in a no-win situation right now. I hope that the players who are going to stay fit, because if we lose any one of our starting 11, we're up shit creek without a paddle, mate, because we've seen the backup are just not good enough. They're not forward thinking enough. They don't take the opportunities when they're given the opportunities. And yesterday we were very lucky to get away with it. Really were. So I'm not inspired by this squad or the signings this summer. A lot has to be taken into account with the managerial changes, but that doesn't excuse the players that we've brought in, and not many of them have cut the mustard, I'm afraid. Even talking about, you might say Hutchinson's decent, but I'm sorry, he's had a run of games now, and how many goals and assists has he come back with? It's down to what the output is, and I don't care if you do a nice flick or trick here. Overall, what's the output from these players? And it's just not good enough. And I think I saw you mention earlier, of the only two decent ones we had, we've got rid of both of them, Callum Mwenda and Douglas Luiz. So I'm not inspired by, like I say, the backup, and I'm worried that if we do lose any of our key starting players in our league matches for any of our games coming forward, that we're going to be in trouble. So yeah, I'm not impressed by it, but we got through.
Did Dyche have a point then in what he said? I mean, I said it in the video today. I don't agree with how he said it, but you kind of objectively look at it, and he was right, man. Like McAtee was so bad yesterday. I was looking at McAtee expecting a decent performance. Like, he had a good game against, I can't remember who it was last time he played. He played well. He was terrible yesterday. Morato, dog crap. And Luca, oh God, the less said, the better. These backups are really... I thought Cunha was decent, apart from the penalty, which I don't think was a penalty. I thought he looked quite good. But the rest of them just look dud-like, man. They really do.
Right, shall I say something then? Because I'm going to disagree. Wouldn't be the same if I didn't disagree, would it? You know, I've said for some time there's no such thing as a new manager bounce. It's an absolute fallacy, and facts actually back me up on that. By the way, facts as a new manager bounce. Okay, people just notice it because a team's been a team's been really bad, and then a new manager comes in and they win a game, and everybody says new manager bounce. Since he's come in, we've won 2, lost 2. That's not much of a bounce. He's lost his last 2. So if Ez is still thinking we're on a manager bounce, God bless him.
We've won 1, man. We've won 1.
You know, we've lost the last 2 games. Some manager bounce.
He's only played 3 matches. Where are you getting 1, 2?
Yeah, I'm not. Like I said, I'm not counting Liverpool's scandal.
Sorry, he's won 1 and lost 2. Not much of a manager bounce, in my opinion.
33% win ratio.
Yeah, we're talking Dyche territory there, aren't we?
Oh, no,
so I'm not going to go down that.
All-time manager, 45%.
Yeah. I'm not going to perpetuate that myth. You know what I mean? I'm going to stamp on that straight away. Secondly, we've had this discussion before about the players that we bought in the summer, and I've asked you to name those that you think are bad, and you know people always struggle when you come down to it. The problem is, you look at people like Bakwa, for example. How many games have we seen him? Look, the players last night. Now, full disclosure, I didn't see the game. A combination of circumstances led to me not seeing the game. Okay, but I've just watched the highlights, and not only that, I watched and listened to Wolfie's expert commentary last night, and I felt like I was there. I felt like I've seen the game. It was that good. So, you know, I feel I can talk on it a little bit. Now, with the new players, one thing that's difficult for a new player when he comes to a team is settling in and fitting into the team pattern. A lot of these players that we're seeing in the second string, as it were, they're coming into a team that has totally not got any pattern, totally not got any. There's nothing there. They have no idea how the team is going to play because they don't play together as an 11 on a regular basis. So you have to cut these guys a little bit of a slack. Having said that, Luca should never play for us ever again. I said that after 10 minutes of seeing it.
Where's his slack then, man?
but some of the players that we've seen that haven't impressed us, the likes of Bakwa, the likes of McAtee, we have seen flashes from them. We have seen them in previous incarnations where they've looked like good football players. I'm afraid I don't think so. Whereas I don't think that we've had that from Luca. So, you know, Luca aside, I'm still not giving up on all of the players. I'm struggling with some of them, but I'm not giving up on all of them until they've had a chance. Who what?
Who are you struggling with? I'm
struggling with Endoy, if I'm honest. But I still believe there's a player in there because I've seen it. You know what I mean? But the excuse Endoy's not got, that the others do have, some of the others do have, is he has been given quite a lot of game time in what we would say is pretty much our first team. He's had the opportunity and it's not working, you know. So yeah, I'll give you Endoy, sadly, because I thought he'd be okay for us. But the rest of them, Bakwa, I'd still give him a chance. Callum Owendo, I would absolutely have back. Why we got rid of him? Who's responsible for that? I've said it before. If it was Edu, then get rid. I've got no issue on that. You know. But going back to last night's game, from what I listened to, and from what I've just watched of the highlights, we were kind of lucky to get away with that one.
Big time.
They had several really good chances that they didn't take advantage of. The penalty, yeah, I've watched it a few times. No, not for me. Not for me. If anything, his toenail trod on another guy's toenail, or maybe the other guy trod on his toenail. I just don't think it was. Yeah, I just don't think it was. Not the blame game again. Don't start on the blame game. Yeah, I don't think it was a penalty, but it was given, so that was that. I don't really take a lot out last night, except for the fact that we got through. You know, and going forward, we have to play our first team in this competition. I think that's, you know, That's an unfortunate fact of the matter. Maybe 1 or 2 changes, but nothing like last night. Morato should never play for us again either, by the way. I've seen more than enough of Morato to know what an utter donkey he is. And even on last night, I was saying to Wolfie when we spoke after the game, or was it today? Oh, my brain. I could tell by his commentary, because you notice it more on commentary, because he'll say, "Oh no, Morato's giving it away again. Oh, Morato's got the ball. He just simple pass. Oh no, he's lost it." And you notice it more when you're listening to it. He did seem to have a poor game again, and I've seen enough. So get rid. But yeah,
I just want to touch. I can't let go of what you said about the summer signings, right?
Okay.
So I've got a list
we have
here.
discussed this before, by the way, and I did tie up in knots.
I know, but let's be objective about this, right? And I'm just going to go around the panel and just get dud or success on these. So the first one's Murray Hutchinson.
Can we have dud or success, or I'll give him a bit more time?
All right, fine. And chat, play along with us here. Ez, Hutchinson, dud, success, or pending, I guess.
I think he's pending, mate.
Pending. Rob?
Yep.
Compared to the others, a success.
Wow.
Okay.
He's probably the most
So
successful.
don't compare him to the others. Compare him to the impact that he's had on Forest season.
Yeah, there's quite a few though. Can we just say what we think and move on?
Yeah.
Rather than give
Pending.
it,
Pending. And
yeah, success for me. I think he's a great player.
Next one in Doi. Go reverse. And
I'm gonna have to say dud. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to say dud.
Rob?
Dud.
Ez?
Dud.
All right. Bakwa? Ez?
Dud.
Rob?
Dud.
And
How come I'm the good guy all of a sudden? Pending. How come I'm the happy? I'm never the happy clapper.
What was the comment earlier? Kiss our Sans. Go on, kiss our Sans.
What's gone off here? I've got to say pending. I'd still like to see. I still believe.
no. But what you've seen, you've seen. Like, let's not forget, Bakwa's been here since August. He's been here since August.
What I've seen, tremendous dud, obviously, but that doesn't mean I don't hope for more.
Okay.
I've got all
Callum
Lib Dem.
I mean, let's ignore Callum Wender because they got rid, right? Next one, McAtee. Go on, Ant. McAtee.
Yeah, but.
Oh, you said don't dwell on Rob, right?
Right, pending.
Rob?
Pending.
Ez?
Massive dud.
I'm with Ez. Dud. Dud.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Jesus? Ez?
Pending.
Rob?
Pending. We need to find his real position.
And
Yeah, as a striker, a dud, because that's what I said he wasn't a striker. As a forward, success.
okay. Savona?
Dud.
Success for his age, I think.
He's 22, man. He ain't freaking 12.
Yeah, that's how old Nico was when we bought him, and Nico was crap to start off with.
Really? Was he as old as that? I didn't realise he was that old.
All right.
Okay, maybe.
And Savona? He is our second top goal scorer, by the way, just for
Yeah. I'll say pending.
our second top goal scorer is pending, okay? Jair Cunha and
Pending.
Rob.
Yeah,
It's
pending.
gotta be, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Except for Edge, dud.
I'm going to say pending because I said the other week I haven't seen him.
Wow, butchering him up now.
All right. Speed this up. Still a couple more. Victor, whatever, done. Cubano hasn't kicked the ball. Douglas Luiz gone. Okay, Luca Nets. Now we're getting into the
Luca?
Jans line. Yeah.
Luca Nets. The
We're
left back.
discussing Luca. Is
No,
there
the
any
left
point?
back. He said,
These are the players we got, man. No, I'm not making the list.
All right. Yeah, but we did say summer signings. But okay, yeah. Fucking stinky dud. Stinky dud.
Really?
no, he's on.
Luca.
Right, he's on about Luca.
Luca
the
Nets,
striker.
man. The left back.
Yeah, we're on about the
That's
left
what we
back.
meant, Luca. We've not seen Nets. What are you on about?
We saw half a game.
Which game?
did come on.
Dyche's last one, wasn't it?
Yeah, He came on as a sub.
What was that? What game was that?
Was it Leeds? It was Leeds, I think.
Oh yeah, my IPTV was playing up.
Obviously, just pending. We don't need to
Okay.
take so long to say pending.
Yeah, obviously pending. I mean,
Okay,
Zero.
this is where it's going to get interesting because then I'm going to
surely
say,
not even Hatchet Manez is going to do this one.
all right, the Luca, Lorenzo Luca, as
100% dud, mate.
Rob,
Dud.
and
Get rid.
okay, and that brings us to the last one.
You can't sign anyone else in time now, so
I don't care. I don't want to see him in a Forest shirt. Seriously,
Okay, but this
I'd
brings
rather
us
have
to
the kid from the B team. I'd rather have the kid from the B team playing than Luca.
actually,
Yeah,
I was
Taiwo's
discussing
there.
Lorenzo Luca with Seb earlier.
Taiwo's miles
this
ahead of
is the
him.
problem. Lorenzo Luca fails the base requirement in that
Yes. He failed
not
to.
better
He failed
than
to.
Taiwo.
all right, we'll come on to
Minus
Luca
zero.
in specifics in a minute. Let's just get the last ones in. Ortega and
Yeah, great. Yeah, good.
success. Yeah? Rob.
Yeah, good enough. Yeah, success. I mean, if he's backup keeper, definite success. As a number one, he might even be a success as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
If he's injured, it's pending, mate. I think he might have pulled his calf or hamstring yesterday.
I think he's going to be okay.
I think he's injured.
Okay,
But,
so from this list, and
You
then
just don't want to
35
say the word success, do you?
No, I'm just saying from this list.
His agenda.
I'm just saying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Collectively, you guys only said success for one, and that was the backup keeper that we bought in January. You can't tell me this has been a good transfer year for Forest, with one of them being a
It
success.
definitely hasn't. I don't think anybody's saying that.
I
Saying is there are certain players that I'm not going to give up on just yet. That's all. Not that it wasn't a
but
shit.
you will grant us that those players that you're not giving up on have not impacted at all, or very limited.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
No, it's been awful. When you put it like that, it's been awful, hasn't it? And it's such a shame because we could have spent a lot less money and bought a few quality players than done what we've done.
And so expensive as well.
Yep.
200 mil.
Yeah.
200 mil on that crap. It's crazy. And how much did we pay
And
for?
why did we get rid of Calimundo? And why did we get rid of Douglas Luiz? It makes no sense.
Yeah, but one of the cheapest signings, Ortega, for 400k, that's been the best signing.
Yeah.
And he's only 33. So look, I don't think anyone can argue when someone says that the transfer window has been crap. I know we're looking at it with hindsight. My God,
I told you before, Zach Edu. Told you that dozens of times.
Oh, okay. I want to talk about the ties in just a second. Big up to Dino with the £2. He goes, Murillo had been better up front than Luca. Yeah, man. I'd have put Angus Gunn up front ahead of Luca. Not a problem at all with that. Thank you for the £2. Andy with the £2 says McAtee is a bigger dud than Ndoye. Get the stats up. I actually agree with that because McAtee's played in the Premier League and Ndoye hasn't.
What? And Ndoye's played loads in the Premier League.
No, as in he came into Forest from the Premier League and Ndoye came from Serie A. So yeah, I don't think
I'd agree with you. Not a bigger dud than Ndoye, but I'd agree with you that it's been a dud, but I still believe there's a player in there, that's all. And then time will tell, won't it? In the next 2 or 3 years, we'll see whether, he can become a good player or not. I mean, people talk about him being weak, and I agree. He looks weak on the ball. But when he was at City, I didn't think of him as a weak player. When he was at Sheffield United, I didn't think of him as a weak player. So what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah, and the players that I did big up, I bigged up Backward, Douglas Luiz, and Callum Mwenda. They were the three I was looking at. I'll say Backward's been a dud. I'm with Anne. I still think there's a player there. Douglas Luiz, I thought was fine. Amazing how he's suddenly fit every game now for Villa. And Callum Mwenda.
Having said that, Villa have been shit since he got there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So look, that's where the players are. But we are through, boys. Please do hit the like. Make sure you subscribed. And the result of us going through, Rob, is this. So for those of you who haven't seen, the draw went on the stream earlier. Forest will play Midtjylland, a repeat of the 3-2, not the 3-1 the boys are saying on the panel. If we win that, we get Stuttgart or Porto. And then if by some miracle we're still talking about Europa League at that stage, it's one of 4 from Bologna, Roma, Lille, and Villa. And then the final, I think, is the winner of the Celta Leon game. All the rest of them are pretty dud-like there. We've drawn. Would you agree with me, Rob, that we've drawn the harder side of the draw here? There's some decent names on that side of the draw.
I almost think that if we're going to have to play Aston Villa, we need to do it as soon as possible rather than no, because all we're going to do, if we wait until the final, then we're going to pick up a load of injuries on the way. It's like we need to get this. If we could play them in the next round, we should. Then just get the whole matter decided. So, by the way, I know I'm late. Has anyone mentioned the fact that those visiting supporters destroyed our ground?
No, we're not mentioning it.
Not yet.
Yeah, scum.
Scum. Yeah. Full blown scum. Yeah.
I mean, it is a new level of scum. Like the last people in it were Liverpool, and they left it tidy, right?
It's Millwall level, Derby level.
Yeah.
Thing is, it's a shame because other than that, their fans are so impressive that they could leave the city with a brilliant impression of them. Instead, they leave it like that. It's such a shame.
That's where this is where I'm split on it. I love the atmosphere they created. I'm not that fussed about the flares. I like seeing an away and bouncing like that. And I think that makes us become more vocal in the home end. This is the problem
that we've got because we have managed to remove hooliganism from our domestic leagues for so long now that I think that, particularly the forest stewards and the ground staff and the police that were there were just no way near ready to deal with proper European, other countries do have a violence problem. I mean, thank God we haven't played anyone from Russia. They're absolute nutcases. They're like an armed militia. The Russians.
Well, any of those Eastern Bloc countries tend to have a very insular outlook on the world.
But it's a little microcosm of our whole situation, isn't it? Because we've been talking about it in the chat today, where people have been like banned or thrown out for vaping and stuff. And meanwhile, they're actually, they're ripping up seats and throwing fireworks onto the pitch. Yeah. And obviously all the police want to do is like shepherd them onto the bus and get them to the airport. So they won't face, no one's going to face any consequences for that. They don't want the paperwork of having to arrest them. But I think we should send a bill to Fenerbahçe for that. And I think
I think that would be fair. I think
they will offer
coverage in the media as well.
See,
we are having to the alternative media. We're having to actually shine a light on it.
But what?
I mean, I can understand why we don't bother arresting them because all you're doing is costing our country more money. You arrest them, you put them in blah blah blah. It's just costing the country more money. But you're absolutely right about those damages should be paid for by Fenerbahçe. That's absolutely fair.
Of it, just so we can show people what we're talking about.
I'll bring it up for those who haven't seen it.
I'm sorry I've derailed this discussion because we were talking about the rest.
We were going to cover it. We can jump back to the other stuff.
And like I say, it's a shame because they should be leaving the city having left a good impression with the fervour of their support. Forget about the flares, and I understand what you're saying. They're dangerous, although it does look good, but they are dangerous. But aside from that, they were vocal, they were bouncy, But when people look back and say, "Can you remember playing Fenerbahçe?" It won't be, "Oh yeah, weren't their fans great?" It'll be, their fans are scum.
But, I was at the Malmo and the Midtjylland games, and they, the
Malmo were brilliant, weren't they? Malmo.
Funny thing is, the Malmo fans, they all had their tops off because it was like warm weather for them, and then they had their backs to the pitch. They weren't watching the game, but they were having a great time.
But they weren't getting hammered. They weren't getting hammered, Rob.
There you go. That's the way in there.
Yeah,
then why do that? Why do that? I don't understand it.
I just, it just reminds me of Millwall and Derby. I remember when Millwall did it, and then Millwall, obviously, to the nth degree, they got banned.
And then they banned us. Do you remember they banned us?
Yeah. But I remember going to the game. Do you remember the game when they got banned and it ended up 2-2, and they scored late to equalise? That was a weird game, man, because there was no sound coming from the way in.
I'll tell you now, I've been to a lot of away games.
Yeah, so was I,
Millwall
I was at that game where horrible. Sorry, on the subject of that, are you talking about the one where we were winning and then they equalised?
Yeah. It was, I think it was Neil Harris, I want to say. Yeah, I was at that game as well. Yeah, it was weird because it was late. Do you remember it?
Yeah, we got held behind in the new den for an hour, and then we got escorted to the station in like a police convoy. Stern John scored for us.
It happened at the City ground as well, Rob. It happened at the City.
Okay.
They got banned as well. And then on top of that, they shut down the pubs in like, I think it was like a 5-mile radius of the City ground.
Yeah, the thing is, this is 20 years ago. What I'm saying is like, we've evolved.
Bloody hell, it's been 20 years, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, we have evolved in England to the point where, you know, hurty words and vaping are what the stewards and the police are now dealing with. And I have to say, I'm pretty disappointed with them that they've not managed to protect the stadium from that. They should have been dragging people off.
You don't want it. Here's my issue with it, right? I didn't mind the bounciness. I didn't mind the flares to a certain extent. Okay, you got health and safety. The ripping up of the seats is childish.
Yeah,
but you don't want it to go.
It's criminal damage, isn't it?
Criminal, yeah. But the point I'm making here is you don't want it to go too woke. You don't want to be turning up to football stadiums that are turning into, you know, when you're watching snooker or something, you got to be silent in the crowd. You want an atmosphere, don't you? Like us as humans should be able to know right from wrong.
I think we've blown it out of proportion. I think yes, it was over top. It looks disgusting. As long as they pay for it, I'm not bothered. We didn't go and trash the city up. We didn't smash up the pubs and bars and clubs, because most of them probably don't even drink. Yeah, so that didn't all happen.
Ground's my cathedral, Ed. I don't want people just.
That's what I mean. So they should be made to pay for the damage, the criminal damage that we've discussed. They haven't.
So I do mind
it. They should be.
I think they should be banned from Europe. I'm honest.
And let me just finish. And I'm sure they will be. And I'm sure they'll be fined by UEFA. They should be anyway. If not, I'm sure Mr. Marinakis will be having a quiet word if he needs to. But the wider picture is they haven't smashed up the city. They haven't done all that. You know, they've gone.
They weren't given the chance.
They're out. They're out of the competition. And we've gone through.
But for the sake of balance, I'm reading here that 3 people were arrested. 3 away fans were arrested.
Yeah, but I don't agree with what he's, I know what you're saying, but that's like saying if you came to my house tomorrow, not that there's much left in my house right now, renovation. No, but what I'm saying, if you came to my house, right, and you broke my TV, and he said, "Oh, that's cool, man. I'll just buy you a new one." That defeats the purpose for me. It's like you've come in and disrespected my house.
If you broke the TV deliberately and with malice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, obviously accidents happen. Yeah.
But not all of them have done. That's what I'm saying. We're not going to tar all of them.
I'm not tarnishing all of them.
No. We have to tar them all. You cannot individualize it. As a club, as a fan base, they should at the very least police their own. Forest fans don't do it, Ed. There's no excuse. Forest fans don't.
No, I'm not saying we do. And I'm not saying there is any excuse. I'm not excusing any of it. I haven't excused any of it. I said they should pay for it, but I think we should just move on for it instead of trying to turn it into something that bigger than it actually is.
No, we should absolutely move on. But when you said they didn't destroy the city, that's because they weren't allowed to. They were escorted straight back. They weren't allowed to. If they'd have been let into our city, are you telling me they wouldn't have caused trouble?
I wouldn't have.
They would. I'm telling you, they would, because every time they have a match in Istanbul, there's riots every time in their city.
Okay, it's slightly different. Come on, let's be honest.
But to bring balance to it.
No, you can't compare it to the hooliganism as we were discussing earlier.
It's ultras, isn't it?
Yeah.
Last week when we went to their ground, there's no riots, no beef from our lot or from their lot. You know what I'm saying? So
neither should be. Neither should there be.
Exactly.
Anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on and let's talk about this draw. So are you guys feeling more or less confident? I'll get a poll up in the chat. There's over 400 of you in here. Please do hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. I'll be honest with you. I think I was talking to you, man, just before we went live. I was saying at the start of the season, I was looking at it thinking, if we can avoid Villa to the final, we probably win this. The rest are all freaking farmer clubs. Now I'm looking at it thinking, I don't know if we can get to the final, boys. Suddenly there's teams in there that weren't there at the start of the season. And I'm looking thinking Roma, Lyon are flying right now as well. Stuttgart are all right. Celta Vigo are decent. Like, how you boys feeling about it?
We can only play 3 of them before the final. We don't have to worry about 10 of them because we can only play 3. And those 3 will be Midtjylland and then either Porto or Stuttgart, and then one of the 4 in the lower part, which could include Villa or Lyon, I think.
Yeah.
Put it back up again.
I'll put it back up. So the path to a final.
So Villa or Bologna, Roma or Lille. It's got to be Villa, I would suspect.
You'd expect it to be Villa, and you got to play them at some point if you're going to win this tournament. So it doesn't matter whether you play them in the semi-final or the final. You're going to play
Villa have been a bit poo lately, and they've got to play Roma. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is what it is, isn't it?
Confirmed, all two-legged games now on until the final lottery.
Yeah.
And apart from the final.
Yeah,
I've just realised
back in Istanbul.
After everything we've just said, it's Istanbul. I think I'm probably not welcome.
You don't get it. You
I'll be waiting for me now.
The worst thing about it is that we play Midtjylland, who we've already played. We could potentially play Porto, who we've already played. The semi-final could be against Villa, who we've already played. And the final is in bloody Istanbul, where we've already been.
We haven't played Villa in this tournament, have we?
No, in the Premier League. We played them in the Premier League.
Yeah, but what's funnier is that our next opponents, they got moved. If Braga had finished on this side of the draw, like all of our opponents would have already played pretty much. I don't know, I've put a poll up, chat. Get your votes in. Do Forest win it? Finals, semi-finals, quarterfinals? I couldn't put, last 16, but where are you with this one, Rob? How are you seeing it playing out? Because it's been mixed.
Oh, okay, so taking aside our current crap form and injuries and, et cetera, if you go back over the last 3 seasons and you look at our home and away result against Villa, we've been decent against them on an aggregate game. In fact,
we haven't. We haven't won at Villa Park in donkeys, man.
Yeah, but then we've been beating them at the City Ground, right? So, look, talk to the others and I'll get the head-to-head up and I'll tell you what it actually is.
Okay, and tell me when the last time we won at Villa Park was. Go on, Ez, what are you saying on this?
Villa are the only team that worry me in this tournament, possibly Roma on the other end. But, like I said, you got to beat them at some point if you're going to win this tournament. I am confident enough to think we got to get through to a semi-final at least. Over 2 legs against any of these teams, we should be beaten. So I'm not disheartened by it. And I did expect that this manager was kind of brought in to progress us in Europe. My concern is, like we've touched on already, we haven't got a backup team. When it comes down to who he's going to prefer, which players he's going to prefer, whether it's a Premier League game or a cup game, that's where he's going to come unstuck. Because these players the backup players are just not good enough. So we might have to rely on smashing it in the first leg of these games and hoping that we've got a good, big enough lead that we can rest players in the second leg. But this is where the problem is going to be, that we haven't built the squad that we were just been discussing. All those players that you mentioned, all those duds that I mentioned, they're not backups, so we're going to have to rely on this first team, keep them fit. If we lose any of our first team players through injury, we're stuck. And then, you got to try and decide which games you're going to rest them for and which games you're going to play them in. So this is where the dilemma is going to come for the manager over the next couple of months. And that's my only concern about whether we can progress or not, if we can keep our first team fit in both league and cup.
Comment of the night here from Mark. Sorry, Rob, one second. Comment of the night from Mark here. Depending which Forest turn up, we can beat anyone and lose to anyone. He is absolutely bang on.
That's right.
And there's not a team we can't beat, and there's not a team we can't lose to right now. Sorry, Rob, go on.
So I'll give you a clue here. The last time that we won at Villa Park, it was in the Zenith Data Systems Cup.
Bloody hell!
Well, the last time we
had
won
a track
at
record there.
Last time we won at Anfield was last year, but prior to that, it was about 60 years ago.
We don't need to win at Villa Park. We just need to win the tie on aggregate. Now, we've been back in the Premier League, we've had a draw and 2 wins at home. So they have not won at the City Ground since we've come back up. So all I'm saying is that, look, it could be worse. It could be Bournemouth, right? It could just be someone like we simply cannot beat. But no, I mean, taking aside the fact that obvious problems that we've got, if we play our strongest team, and we've still got them to come at home, and that is a game I would be hoping that we can win.
You see, I think there's too much being fixated on Villa, and I think 2000 is right. Villa have the hardest quadrant draw, in my opinion. Because even if they beat Lille, okay, Lille aren't great this season. Bologna, Roma is going to be a tough game for Villa. if it is Roma. Even Bologna would give them a good game. And you know what? Don't fully write Lille off. I mean, they're not great this year. And then even if Villa were to win that, then they'd face either us or, say, Porto. They got a sweat. And then eventually you would expect from the left-hand side, Lyon. I mean, I feel, chat, and I'm going to put my neck on the line here, we are lining up for the John Textor final.
Yeah, yeah. It's got something about it, hasn't it? I mean, like yourself, when we first entered the Europa League, Villa were the only ones I was looking at, you know. But I have to say, and the way they started the season, even more so, I was thinking, oh, yeah, it's going to be tough against them. We can do it, but it's going to be tough. But just lately, I've been watching them, and I thought, there's something not right at that club. There's something not right. They're not quite on it. So, yeah, let's see how we go. Nothing to show in football, is it? I mean, Wolves. I think. Did they beat Arsenal the other night or drew with them or something?
What you say, Ant? Actually,
anything could happen.
Yeah, their recent home games, they've lost to Brentford and Newcastle and drawn with Leeds at home.
Yeah. So you know, but again, it's going to be a couple of months before we play. You know, that occasion arrives.
Let's get to it.
Change again. But I'm hoping by then we're going to be fantastic. You know,
I'm looking at the Midtjylland game and what games it falls in between. So we'll be playing Man City before we play the first leg at home against Midtjylland.
Play the B team for Man City.
Well, exactly. This is what I'm saying, and this is what he's going to have to start thinking. Potentially, you're playing the B team against Man City because
we got Man City next Wednesday, haven't we?
Does the fourth? Yeah, it falls on Wednesday. Yeah. Okay, so it's still. I mean, between that, so it's a week away. Week between games. But
that's I'm not ready for it. That feels too close.
I'm never ready for that.
Hold on. We're not playing on that Saturday.
No, it doesn't look like it. So
FA is a bit weird because it's 3 Sundays and a Wednesday. No Saturday games at all. It's 3 Sundays and a Wednesday. March.
Yeah, so we don't play that weekend.
Okay, so he doesn't need to rest then. All players. I'm sorry if you're going to tell me players can't be fresh.
No, we don't need to
from a Wednesday to a
Thursday.
Thursday.
When you shouldn't. If you're looking at it like that, you shouldn't need to. You play Man City on the 4th, and then it's the 12th before the next game.
Oh man, and then the Fulham game is 2 days after. That's a big game.
Sandwiched in between, and that is, like you just said, that is a big game. That's almost a must-win game, man.
Oh, a massive game. Is that what day is that on?
That's the 15th, Sunday the 15th.
Yeah.
So,
we like doing these hypotheticals. Would you take a win in the Fulham game and go out of the Europa League?
No.
Or a loss, a home defeat to Fulham and keep going in the Europa League?
Europa League,
we've got to do something.
30 years, Rob, since we've been in the Europa League. Only 20. We're only out of the Premier League for 23. Come on.
But this is why we got
certainty of beating Fulham at home.
No, because Rob, if we lose to Fulham, we've still got 8 games to save ourselves.
If
we got out of the Europa Cup,
it's down the road.
Listen to me, Rob. Listen to me. I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you, from my perspective, there's no question I want to win this Europa League. Right? And if that means sacrificing one game in the Premier League, I am willing to accept that. That's mad at me. That's my.
It would have been a hell of a lot better if we'd just beaten Braga like we should have done. I mean that. Anyway, that's where it all went wrong.
It's been a lot better for the beaten Wolves. It's been a lot better for the beaten Crystal Palace. I mean,
yeah. But how
we've identified that we've only got one good first 11. So
exactly. So going back to the
discussion.
So flog them into the ground. That's what I say.
Guys, you're just arguing amongst yourselves now. Like, going back to the point, the first leg against Midtjylland, we play all in. We smash that game and we give ourselves the lead. So then, if you are playing the first team again for the Fulham game, you're not then going 3 games in a row, which is what we definitely can't do. We're struggling with 2 games in a row, but 3 games in a row we definitely can't do. So that first leg against Midtjylland at home, for us to got to smash it, we've got to get a 3 or 4 goal lead in that game to kind of like be able to for him to think ahead. That's what it's going to boil down to.
Nice idea.
Yeah, so Ed, what you're saying is Forest should do what they did against Fenerbahçe in the first leg, and then make us shit ourselves in the second leg.
That's what's going to happen. But we haven't got the squad. If we haven't
and everyone starts saying Yeovil in the chat, Stoke,
or if he's going to do what he did last night, you got to start with your stronger team and then take him off at half time.
Yeah,
if you're going to do it that way around. Yeah. But like I say, the players.
Listen, I think footballers are puffs. Just play both games. For God's sake, it's not that big a deal. Playing 3 games in 8 days is not a big deal, you fucking Nancy boys. Come on. We're men, aren't we?
Yeah, it's not just tiredness though, it's injuries. We can't be picking up injuries now.
This is it. And he's not
I know. But
we don't have
training
injuries though.
Injuries
can have 3 injuries.
It's one of them things.
Savona, Chris Woods, and who's the other one? I can't remember. There's one more.
It can't be very good if you can't remember who it was.
Week. Oh, yeah. Your boy Chris. Oh, Rob, I know this is a tangent, but I gotta ask you, how did you feel about the news that I said the other day that Chris Wood will be back in April just in time to warm up for the World Cup?
I'm with you, Rob.
Has he missed any New Zealand games?
Well, I'm assuming if they've played between today and when he got injured.
No, actually, there is a reason for staying in the Europa League, because wouldn't it be funny if he's just returned in time for the end of the season, in time to play that final? So...
Well, he wouldn't be registered, mate. So I don't know how that works. No, he got registered. He got registered. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
did he get registered?
No, if
he got registered.
If we take Luca out the back and break his leg and then say, look, sorry, we need to replace him, because you can replace injured players.
Yeah, but the squad will be redefined again sometime this week.
Yeah,
himself will be back in. He didn't get registered, did he, Andy? Okay, no, so he can't do that, Rob. But he could come on and score the winner against Boringmouth on the last day of the season.
Are you telling me that Chris Wood, even if he was fully fit now, cannot at any stage be re-registered for the Europa League?
Correct. Unless we put him in the next squad, which will be this week.
Well, why can't we do that then if he's going to be fit?
Well, we can do that. I'm just saying.
Right, we can. Okay, then.
Listen,
so we can do it. We can do it.
I would rather have a 20% chance of being able to play Chris Wood at some future point in this tournament than a 100% chance of being able to play Lorenzo Luca every game.
So you swap him out, yeah? You swap him out.
Wait, hold on.
Rob, I can't argue with you on that one.
Wait, all right, argue with this then. Argue with this. We're in the final. It's the John Textor, final. Mm-hmm. Luca comes on, 90th minute, corner comes in. It'll be a corner because we're crap at them. Heads it in. Forest win.
Who's taking the corner?
It will be McAtee.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not Hutchinson because it will just go off the pitch. Obviously it's not Anderson. It will just hit somebody's waist. So who do you say? McAtee.
McAtee.
It's not NPW, otherwise it'd be a throw-in on the other side.
I'm just saying, if that scenario happens, is Luca the greatest Forest striker here since Stan Collymore? Apart from Van Hooydonk.
No, you dick.
He wins the Europa thing.
Okay.
We end up in the Champions League.
And Costa
you can have a statue. You can have a statue.
Bro, that'd be an expensive statue, man. He's 6'7" or whatever he is, man.
He's bankrupted on marble.
A miniature replica.
Wait, if he did that, he would be my favorite striker since Van Hooydonk, excusing the strikes. Are you joking me? Are you actually serious? If Lucas scores the winning goal in the final, nothing else matters.
Score a hat-trick in the final, I still send him back the next day.
Area, dribbles past 7 players, volleys it, chips it up over the goalkeeper, then volleys it into the top corner. Then you might have a point. You might.
Wait, what difference does it make? That's worth 1 goal, and that's worth being the winning goal. Who cares?
He could score a hat-trick in the final. I'll still send him back the next day, mate.
Oh, yeah, I'm still sending him back.
Your loan's over.
But does he become the greatest striker?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Well, okay, then. Let me ask you the actual question then. Who has been the greatest striker since Van Hooydonk and Campbell?
Nicholas Bentner.
You mean the best striker? Don't use the word great.
You're laughing, but he scored 2 goals that season.
Shut up, man. Some Belonga was better, man.
We stayed up on goal difference. Difference.
He
Yeah,
It
Son
has
Belonga
to be.
scored the
No,
penalties.
it has to be Chris
No.
Wood. It has to be Chris Wood.
No, hang on.
No, it has
I'm
to
not
be.
in Bender. I'm not
20
in Bender.
goals in a season,
Rafik
Rob.
Jabor. Rafik Jabor.
Oh, shut up,
was-
man.
No, it has,
Can we say
seriously,
one
it
word?
has to be Chris
That's much
Wood.
more fun. The worst strikers since Van Hooijdonk.
That we could do a whole episode on.
Oh
that.
my god! If we did
Well,
duds,
who's that
forget
one
this
from,
transfer dud, man.
Who's
Forest
the
dud.
one we got from Rangers who used to have that?
Oh, Chris Boyd.
No, not Boyd. Not Boyd.
Because
Boyd,
he was a major star in Scotland. Chris, I couldn't
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
him.
And he had like a smiling Joker face on his tattoo there. We only Cummings. That's it. Mark Dennis, you've got it.
Oh yeah, Cummings. He was
Chris
the
Cummings
next
in his
big thing,
pants.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was the next big thing.
Wait, how many next big things did we have in that championship?
Oh, loads. We've had loads.
How many?
Of next
Do
big
you remember the
things.
Algerian phase as well, man? Anyway,
Rafik Jabor, and who's the other one?
Listen.
yo, you know what? We did have a
you've
good
seen- when you've
Algerian
seen Robert Rosario play, you don't need to talk anymore about striking.
and Salenzi.
Robert Rosario, Gary
I know we're going off on tangents.
Gary
but
Bull. Gary Bull. He was Bull.
Gary
you know, the
Bannister.
best Algerian. The best Algerian was Guardiola. Not Guardiola. How do you say his name?
Guardiola.
Guardiola.
Guardiola, yeah.
Guardiola.
Yes. I was pissed off when we sold him to Palace, man. I can't. Palace.
Yeah, I don't know why we did that.
Palace.
I don't know why we did that.
Palace.
I don't know why we sold
I
him.
think because
He loved Forest, wasn't he? He loved
Yeah.
Forest.
No, that Henry Lansbury was keeping him out of the team, and then a few days later, Henry
Oh,
Lansbury says,
Lansbury
"I'm
was
going to Burnley."
shocking.
Oh, he thought he was so good. He
Wait,
I
but
had
he came
high
from
hopes.
Arsenal. He came from Arsenal.
Yeah,
man.
I had high hopes of him.
£1 million.
Because he came from Arsenal. Yeah, I had high hopes of him.
Decent. He wasn't great, but he was decent. Matt Derbyshire as well. He was another shite.
Yeah, he scored some
Remember
good
Zach
goals. He
Clough?
scored a lot of goals for
Zach
us. Well,
Clough.
I say a lot. He scored some good goals for us.
Zach Clough, yeah.
Zach Clough. He had the name. Scott Dobie. All right, let's stop going down the memory lane before more scars get opened
God,
up.
I've watched. I didn't realize I'd watched so much crap at
Well,
Forest.
do you know there's some
when you go
names?
through 'em, you go through 'em, you think,
You know
"God,
what it is, man? Sometimes someone will say a name and it just puts shivers down my spine. You're like, I've blanked that guy out, man. I don't want to remember.
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Well, I remember we played. I think it was it was a
it's
real
like
crappy
Scots,
team
isn't it?
in the cup. You'll tell me who it is when I tell you who I'm talking about. And I remember talking to my mate or my brother or whoever I was with at the time, saying, God, oh my, he's the worst fucking striker I've ever seen in my life. And it was Jason Lee. And we went and bought him. I couldn't believe it. And I remember because we were playing this team. Who was it? Chat, who was it we played in the cup? I think they wore a blue strip, if I remember rightly.
Southend. Was it Southend?
Southend.
Yeah. No, Collymore was Southend. He
No,
might have been
Collymore's Southend.
Southend as well. He might have been Southend. Let me check. Jason.
The chat will know. No, they don't. The chat don't know.
Hey,
Yeah, all right. And I remember because I remember.
Oh, wait,
there was
you put
obviously he had the
Jason
hair.
Lee and you get the film actor. That's how big a star Jason Lee was.
Yeah. So, and it's not very often, is it, that you remember strikers from other clubs?
It was
especially in that-
Southend. It was Southend. It was Southend.
Yeah. But we remembered him because he was so bad. And then when we went to buy him, I thought, what?
oh, that's a good
Reed
one.
Renault said the
Miller.
one. Ishmael Miller, man. What
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was a disappointment, wasn't he?
Oh, wasn't Cox the one who scored your favorite goal?
Oh, he
Was it
scored
Cox?
an amazing goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he scored an amazing goal.
I liked Blackstock, by the way.
Yeah, I did.
Didn't he get in trouble for some
Celebrated against Derby.
property fraud or something?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, no, I don't know.
I
It
don't
might have
know about
been
that.
him. It might have been him.
I think you've just slurred him there. I think he could be in trouble.
Allegedly. All right, let's move
mate,
on. Let's
mate,
move on.
I'm sorry to tell you that doesn't cut it. When people say allegedly, it makes me laugh because in a court of law, that does not cut it.
It works in the YouTube.
If I was to say allegedly Ez is a homosexual, there's no way that Ez would lose a case against me in court because I said allegedly Ez is a homosexual. Because I put it out into the ether now that Ez is a homosexual.
Let's move on. Make sure you've liked. Make sure you
The point
subscribe.
is that I would have not a leg to stand on because obviously you're not. So
Thanks.
my accusation would be proven false.
Thanks.
Quick, move on before Ez gets mad at me. I can see he's looking at me in a bad way.
I'm not hiring you as my lawyer, mate. Go on.
Anyway, let's segue to Brighton, who we have this weekend.
Oh, hang on. By law, I have to say, not that there's anything wrong with being a homosexual. I have to,
That's
All right, we're moving on, man.
Can we edit this
I'm not
bit
even
out?
putting that comment up.
Can we edit this bit out? Oh no, it's live.
It's live. Anyway, let's move on. Right.
We need a
Brighton.
delay.
Brighton. Yeah, we need that. We need that freaking radio 7 seconds.
Sorry, mate, I don't know where I got that one. I'm sorry. I apologise to everybody about everything I've ever said.
Oh, by the way, speaking on Ez, someone told me that Ez is their favorite person on YouTube.
Allegedly their favourite.
No, this
person.
this is without the L, man. This was
Definitely a
legendary.
lie, mate. That's not going to stand up in court.
And that he's pretty good looking apparently. So
Oh, it's not a Jess again, is it?
no, it wasn't Jess. It wasn't Jess. Anyway,
No, is it a brother?
Brighton.
Oh, that's about Brighton, are we? Oh, we're still talking about
Can we just talk about the freaking game, man?
Is this a football show?
You brought Brighton up.
Because we're playing them in 2 days, man. Anyway, Brighton. 2 weeks ago, I was very confident we were going to beat them. Tonight, as I sit here, I haven't got a clue what's going to happen. Rob, let's let Ant have a break from speaking for a minute because God knows what he will say. What are you saying about Brighton?
Well, was the last game we had there the one in the cup where we beat them on penalties?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm struggling to think of a game that we've won there since we've come back up.
I think the game before, Nico Williams nearly had his leg broken and Gibbs White got sent off.
The league game, didn't we have goals from like Souza and somebody else? Was it Chris Wood penalty, I think?
Taiwo. I got a feeling it was Taiwo.
No, I have a feeling it's a Chris Wood penalty, and then Souza ran clear at the end.
I can't remember half these games, man. Honestly,
I don't think we've won there.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, I know people don't.
We drew 0-0 when we first came up. I remember that one. I was under Cooper. It was like the most low block game I've ever seen.
Not when we missed the penalty as well. I think Jono missed a penalty in that game.
No, not in that. No, we didn't have a shot on that one, man.
Yeah.
After that, I can't remember. It was a Wood penalty. Someone saying Wood penalty and Jota 2-2. Is that the one where Gibbs White got sent off?
Oh, who knows?
Right, sorry to give actual facts.
Probably, yeah, second yellow.
But last time we beat Brighton away, I don't even know if they had their stadium. It was in 2007, apparently. So
we've got a lot of bogey grounds. We ain't very good away.
League One. We played them in League One. Does that sound right? That they were in League One?
I can't remember in League One. Were they in
That's 20 years ago.
We had Scunthorpe in League One. We were playing Scunthorpe and Grimsby, man.
Well, in fact, they were in League One with us for 2 years, according to this.
Dunn got sent off. Ah, no, was that was at the City Ground where he called the ref a bold bastard or something, didn't he?
By the way, I don't know if you recall, but you, Wolfie, in particular, were having rather a giggle about the fact that we could have signed Lewis Dunk in the January transfer list. On reflection, what a signing that would have been. It would have been no Morato. Because Dunk is
Morato would have still been here. Wait,
but he would have played. No, but in the games that Morato played, that would have been Dunk. You imagine Dunk and Milenkovic rather than Morato and Milenkovic. Come on, Dunk's a good player.
You wouldn't
don't I know about that? Nick's from Scunthorpe, man. No, but Ant, sorry, that shouldn't be what you're taking issue with. What you should be taking issue with is that Forest rejected a £17 million bid for him, where another team was going to give us actual cash to take him in January. So they didn't give me little Dunk over Morato. I'd rather have Air.
But how about this then? We could have sold him for 17 million, got Dunk in for free, and that would have been a far better.
Yeah, but how about this? How about this? Brighton were happy to let Dunk go, but he didn't want to join Forest. He still wanted.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we could have persuaded Mr. Marinakis if he really meant it.
Wait,
Anyway,
why
we didn't.
Dunk really? Isn't he like 35?
He's a good player. He's a
Oh,
good
shut up,
centre.
man! Shut up.
No, he is. He is.
He,
Sorry.
was he playing when we slapped him 7-0?
For the running, absolutely. The sort of player that makes a difference.
Yeah.
Why
I mean,
are
he
you
wouldn't
not
be number
attracted
one.
to crap?
He wouldn't be number one, would he? Because the number one is
I think it's the
Milenkovic
Daesh
and Murillo.
effect, you know.
But either those two are injured. Dunk is a lot better than Morata.
Why are your standards in the mud?
They aren't. Dunk's a good player. Dunk is a good centre back.
Is he better than Morato?
Of course he is.
No, you don't get to play that card.
No,
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Standards in the mud.
No, you don't. Is Worrell better than Morata?
Because Dunk is a very, very good centre back.
So you take Worrell back. You take Worrell back, who can't get in Burnley team.
No. He's better than Worrell. Come on. It's Lewis Dunk.
No, we're talking Morato. Is Morato better than Worrell?
I'd put him on a par.
He is, but you're not,
right,
not saying.
The problem with Worrell is that he would flatter to deceive. He would have 2 or 3 good games, and then
he had a good game against Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't forget that.
And away at Tottenham as well. You can remember some good performances that Joe Worrell had, and then he would let you down like he did in that Luton game. The point is with Morato, he's like that, but without the good bits.
No, I think that's harsh on Worrell. I think Worrell's a good defender. He just hasn't got the pace. He's too slow for the Premier League.
Concentration. No.
Yeah, and that gum chewing is pretty annoying. But anyway,
don't get me started.
My point is, you don't get to say, is he better than Morato? Let's not forget, Forest won 7-0 with Morato starting out of position against the very team we're playing this weekend.
In the back 3, though, Morato's fine, but not in the back 2. And I don't understand the sub. We didn't really touch on it too much, but the subs at half time to change the game didn't really change the game, did they? And I can't understand him leaving both centre backs on. I can understand him taking Murillo off, but I would have brought Milenkovic on. But anyway, what happened? Whatever happened, and we managed to get through.
Were you not impressed with Cunha yesterday?
No, not impressed with him. No, I wasn't impressed with him.
All right, I'll do a rub. Is he better than Morato? Is he better than Morato?
Oh, yeah, he's better than Morato. He actually had a good goal-scoring opportunity, Cunha.
Yeah, he did after he
should have passed it.
And apparently it wasn't his first contact, it was a second contact where he got clearly...
It was soft. It was soft.
Of course it was soft, but you're not going to overturn it, are you? And if a referee had given it in our favour, you wouldn't expect VAR to overturn that either. So if it was contact, it was only minor contact, but it was contact, definitely.
Okay, so but let's talk about Brighton. Like, what would you do with the team? Do you think he switches up to his back 3 formation here, or is he just going to go 4-2-3-1 with the ones he trusts?
I think he has to go 4-2-3-1 with the ones he trusts. Defensively, yes, because he rested Milenkovic over the whole game and he took Murillo off at half-time, so he's got to be expecting to start with that back 4, back 5, including the goalkeeper. So I wouldn't change anything like that. And I think they've proved that they are decent players and they are playing well together. They just need to bloody get the ball in the back of the net. Now, Brighton might give us more opportunities than Liverpool did to actually create something. So I would start with a team that started against Liverpool. Simple as that. With the same formation as well. Yeah, that's what I'd go with. I don't think that he needs to change that, does he? Really?
And we're untried as a back 3, so it doesn't make sense to go away from home and try a back 3. If he's going to do a back 3, then yeah,
do it
not against Brighton away. That's not the time to do it. So I think it'll be the same team as we put out against Liverpool, and I'm quite happy with that.
Because the Man City game's only a few days after that, so I'd be looking to, if you're going to play a back 3 or do any experimenting at all, you do it in that game, don't you, Rob?
You may as well, yeah.
So the team that played against Liverpool was the team that played against Fenerbahçe away, wasn't it? It was basically, I mean, if we could go and just replicate what we did at Fenerbahçe away, that would be great.
Or even Liverpool at home, Rob.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like maybe there's some. Maybe you start with like the old one winger and Dominguez thing. I thought Dominguez, by the way, last night was really working his socks off. He was all over the place and he was involved. If you go and watch the highlight package, he's in every highlight running at full speed. So I just think he's probably
Wolfie said he was crap.
I didn't think so. I didn't say crap. I thought he had a poor game.
He worked tirelessly. Let's put it that way. He worked.
He does work tirelessly. Yeah.
I just remember how much he showed up in that West Ham away game as well. He was.
What's that
brilliant.
got to do yesterday?
Sorry.
What's that got to do yesterday?
I'm saying I would probably like to bring Domingos back rather than start against Brighton with both wingers on.
Which one you dropping? Hudson-Odoi or Hutchinson?
Probably Hutchinson.
Do you know what? Have we overinflated Hutchinson? Sorry, Joe.
I did call him a dud, mate. I said,
called him a dud.
Look at his returns since he's had a run in the team, and the one assist for Luca's first goal against was it against Leeds that he scored his goal.
Leeds,
yeah. So that's basically his only goal or assist return in this run of games that he's had, and he's had a decent run of games. So
you're probably right, Ed. I think what twists my mind a little bit is the fact that when he gets the ball, I'm excited.
Yeah,
because I believe he can do something.
Mm.
With Hudson-Odoi, less so. I'm not saying I don't think he can do something, but less so. I think Hutchinson's a very kind of flamboyant player, and you like to see him get the ball. But you might be right. That might be blinding me to his ineffectiveness. As
in the first 15 minutes, he was effective yesterday. He was he was on the left.
I like him to create himself some more shooting opportunities and cut in and let's see his skills and take it into the box. He doesn't do it enough, And
he obviously has got skill, hasn't he, Ed? He's got skill and pace.
Agreed. And I
Yeah.
don't think this manager's certainly going to hold him back. So he's got his chance to shine. I've not given up on him. That's why I said he's got potential. But I still think we haven't seen enough from him to say that he's been a quality signing. But he's been given the opportunity, no doubt about it. So we need.
Yeah, but by now he should have maybe 3 or 4 goals and 5 or 6 GA, shouldn't he? But
you'd hope so.
By now you would expect from a record-breaking signing, you'd expect some sort of GA, wouldn't you? Well, I mean, you know me, I'm not mad on GA and all that, but there are occasions when you think, well, yeah, you should have something,
Is it mad to say? Well, let me ask the question: would Elanga still be our best winger if he was?
Oh yeah.
Hands down, he would be. Yeah, I don't want to sell him.
You're saying no, and who's better than him?
Hutchinson.
Elanga's
just a pace merchant. He hasn't got the skill and the
17 GA.
Yeah, I know that was fantastic, but that was down to having somebody called Chris Wood in the centre for him every time. If he was in the squad as it is now, do you think that Luca or Jesus would have 20 goals? No, they wouldn't.
Okay, but
if they don't have 20 goals, he wouldn't have 17 GA. You've got to be realistic about things. It doesn't matter who you're playing with.
He was a focal point of our attack last season, so we would still have him as a focal point of our attack. So if that was still the case, I'm sure he'd create opportunities.
If Chris Wood was on the form it was last year and not injured, and he'd only scored 3 goals this season, then I would say, yeah, we're missing Elanga. We need him. But there's no evidence for that because Chris Wood isn't there. He's not on the same form. He's not scoring 20 goals. So it's difficult to say because Hutchinson could put in 10 balls to Jesus and he'd score none of them. None.
I mean, what's going on
before he got in?
I almost think that Hutchinson needs to play for a better team. Because honestly, if you put him in one of the top 4 or 5 teams and you surrounded him with great players that would, cover his back or put away his crosses, he would have some pretty good stats.
Okay, so what about Elanga then? Because Elanga's stinking the house out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My point is proven. Well, not proven, but it backs my point up. He's playing with a different side.
He's not had much of a run in the team, though, has he? He's not had a run.
He's had enough games, but he's not the focus.
Right, I'm going to look it up. Keep talking. I'm going to check.
If he's not had enough games, Rob, there's a reason he's not had enough games.
Who, Elanga? Elanga's played loads of games.
I know he has. But Rob's saying he's not played enough games.
I think he's been subbed in nearly every single game he's played.
But I'm going to have a look now. So.
The best people to ask Rob are the Toon fans, and I don't think you like the answer.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
is it
not
a
the
style?
It was a perfect storm last season with him and Chris Wood and the way that Nuno played football. It was the perfect storm.
Yeah,
Because I don't personally think that Wood would have got 20 goals this season. Because it's not the same. It's not the same. We don't play the same. He's not got Elanga. It works both ways.
I'm just saying, I'm on the fence on this because I always said Elanga was a purple patch player. Like, let's not forget, he was crap at the start of last season and crap at the end of the season. He had that period. It was Villa, wasn't it? That period from Villa for about 4 or 5 weeks where he piled them in, the assists and the goals.
Yeah. But it changed that season. It absolutely changed that season, you know.
I mean, I've seen him at Newcastle. Have you, Ez? I've seen him at Newcastle, and he does so many things that used to frustrate me at Forest when he wasn't in his purple patch.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen that before.
Exactly.
Sorry,
With a couple of glimpses I'd seen of him, and every time I'm thinking, why don't you just go down the outside? Same thing we used to say at Forest. Why are you attacking down the outside and beating a man? Because you haven't got the skills, but you've got the pace. But like somebody said in the chat already, obviously towards the end of the season, we got found out. That system got found out. So whatever was working for us for 2/3 of the season wasn't working for that final part. And whether it would have worked again under a different manager this season, I don't know. But he was the focal point of our attack, and which is why he was able to get so many goals and assists last season, because he scored about 8 goals himself as well, let's not forget, and some real quality goals and 1-0 wins.
He did.
Goals,
yeah,
you know,
It's all coming back to me. Yeah, I remember I say he had no football IQ, and people used to call me out for it.
Yeah.
I wonder if the Geordies would disagree.
I mean, let's put it this way. I don't think, I might be wrong, but I don't think any teams will be going in with a £55 million bid for him at the end of this season.
He may just be a one-trick pony, and you know, and if that trick's been caught out, then he may not be a success at any other club. But you know, we had that purple patch, like you said, with him. I'm not saying it would have been the same this season.
I don't think the chat agree with us.
But none of the players that have come in have been any better. That's the point, I think. And
that was my question. Would he be the best winger at Forest this season? Don't forget if you think he's good.
Not necessarily so, because we don't play the same way, and he's not got the same person at the front of the attack. So
but it would suit him better. And he's better in a counter-attacking team that sits deeper, that gives him grass to run in.
Yeah, but he's got nobody to pass to that can score a goal. Can you not understand what I'm saying?
But he can kind of shoot both-footed as well. I don't know. I'm on the fence on it. I don't rate him. I never fully.
I can understand. Don't get me wrong. I can understand why people look back and think, "Wow, 17J." I mean, that is fantastic. There's no getting away from that. And he had a brilliant
7 goals less than we've scored this season.
Yeah, no. But I go back to it. Chris Wood got 20 goals last season. How many less than that is? How many goals have we scored this season as a team?
25. We've scored.
Yeah,
5
he got 20 on his own
in the league. Then Wood scored all season.
What?
Wow. We've scored 5 more goals.
5. Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. So Elanga wouldn't be getting 17 GA, would he?
But would Chris Wood have got 20 goals without Elanga playing his whole chicken?
No, he wouldn't. No, he wouldn't. That's why I say it was a perfect storm.
Yeah.
Perfect storm. The right type of football and the 2 players that could exploit it.
All right, let's bring it back to the game, man. Let's get some predictions in. How confident are you feeling, chat? Let us know. Let's kick off for you, Rob. Go on.
Well, we haven't had the recent wins there, not since 2007. I mean, we did win a game on penalties, but all we did was shut them out for 120 minutes. So I feel like we're capable of getting a low-scoring draw there, but I don't know. It almost feels like our manager bounce has already worn off. So I'm just struggling to see where the hope's coming from. They're not very good, and I think that our squad theoretically is stronger than theirs. But I'm just trying to think who is going to score the goal. Maybe Morgan Gibbs-White. Maybe him.
Oh my God!
I'm not optimistic about this. Well, look, I was a bit more optimistic before we lost our last 2 games at home with a new manager.
Is it true we've only won 2 games at home in the league all season? Is that true?
It feels like it.
How much that's cost me?
Exactly. I was thinking that the other day. It has been awful in terms of it's our worst season at home since we got up, definitely.
I mean, maybe the players will be able to finish their chances away from home
It
because
will
it
click.
does seem,
Yeah.
it does
Yeah,
seem
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
It does seem
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
that they can't finish at home. It's like there's so much pressure to score, they can't do it. Whereas away from home, it's like the pressure's off almost, isn't it?
Oh my god, man! 42% saying Brighton win in the Forest
I mean,
chat.
they're not on the hottest of form. They've won one game
They
in the
won
last
one game, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Well,
they're
yeah,
not
but
great.
we should remember they lost at home to Crystal Palace recently.
yeah.
They
That's
lost
their
at-
rivals, their bitter rivals, the M23 rivals, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, go on. So your score?
0-0.
No. All right. You two give me just scores because I gotta shoot.
Scumbag of 1-0. We'll
1-0,
scumbag
okay.
of 1-0. Yeah.
Pretty great.
Yeah, I'll go with theirs. We'll scumbag a 1-0. That'll do me.
Okay. Well, I got a preview coming out tomorrow morning, so make sure you tune in for that. And thank you guys for watching as we broke down Forest on their way to the Champions League again next season and the third stuff.
Bro, can I just quickly give a shout out to everybody who donated last week? And just to let you know, guys, Graham, Marcus, Bob, Jess, the next project starting in the next week, and we want to put your names on it. So if you're happy for us to do that, just give us a thumbs up in one of our community posts or something. But thank you everybody who's donated, and I'll post a link in the community chat.
Big up to you guys. I'm going to send you over to the catch up. Just write in about, put a little bottle sign because they're Arsenal fans and it's a panel show going on. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Much love. Come on, you Reds.
You
You Reds.